Yeah, I know what type of time I'm on when I step in the scene, man. Had them bottles ready, had them sparkles ready. It's gonna be a good night. Last time around, it was different. Somebody tell them pay attention, nigga.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Nursing King Podcast. It's your boy John, my co-host Bree. Let's jump right into it. It's slow week, Bree, so there ain't really much to talk about. We're just gonna talk some stuff, but from the pros that we was able to get out of this week, it's slow news week, but we still managed to grab some few things to talk about. But one of the big things in this little week was touched on it a little bit while we were filming last week's episode because the news kind of broke as we were filming last week's episode. The Breakfast Club, as we know it, is no more, and it was announced obviously the day after what it was. Because Angelique posted that Breakfast Club was going to change, and then the next day she announced that she would be leaving the show. What was your thoughts when she announced that she would be leaving?
I'm kind of sad because I think the Breakfast Club. I hope they do replace her with another woman. So I hope they're gonna keep a woman in the Breakfast Club. So I just think sometimes Angelique adds that little sprinkle of feminist and sensitivity to Charlamagne and DJ Envy, because sometimes I feel like they could be kind of just, I don't want to say masculine, but all about rough. They kind of rough. And I feel like Angelique adds that little sensitivity, that little you know what I'm saying?
I think they should keep the same formula of the two guys and one female. I think that formula still remain.
I hope so, because sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna add another dude and just keep it." But I hope they add another female to add that sensitivity, and I'm happy for her. I mean, the point of starting a career is to grow within it, right? So I'll be mad if she would have turned down, because I'm pretty sure the Breakfast Club pays her good money, but for her to start her own show and start her own thing, I'm excited for her. That's a big deal.
So yeah, it's just her taking the next step in her career and moving on. What was to say? Also, I hope they hire another female, but it's probably gonna be. I don't think they're gonna hire one right away. They're probably gonna give it some time.
That's my thing. And that's my thing. I don't want them to give it ample time. I want them to do it when she leaves. A couple of weeks later, they need to slide someone in there.
Because I'm pretty sure they're looking for someone as we speak. They probably currently.
But you know what I'm saying? I feel like they need to start that bond. I feel like Angelique, DJ Envy, and Charlamagne kind of had that kind of bond. That
they had a good chemistry. But I'm saying, because the pressure of whoever replaces her is going to be obviously, because the Breakfast Club has its following and fans, so whoever replaces her is going to be in a tough spot. It's probably going to take some time for the fans to, they're probably not going to like the first person. The first person could be dope, but they're probably not going to like whoever replaces her at the moment, just because they always going to be loyal to the original crew. So, but for whoever plans on replacing her, it's a good opportunity, but it's also going to be a lot of pressure because there's always going to be comparisons to what it was before that person stepped in to it and then how it is now. So you're always going to get that comparison. But you should see.
I mean,
What?
I don't know. I want to see who they're going to put in her spot.
Oh, you want to see who they hire?
Because there's not a lot of female radio hosts now. Podcast has become the number one thing, and Angelique has a podcast with a bunch of female panels. So I wonder who they're gonna find, because then you have to vibe with Charlamagne the God. I feel like Charlamagne the God is the hardest person to vibe with. So you get what I'm saying, because he's condescending a lot of the time. You have to know you have to have a thick skin with Charlamagne.
I'm pretty sure there's other radio personalities because there's all types of radio stations, and some not as big. Like you go to other states, it's like their local radio station, like the biggest thing in that going on. And there's probably people that work there, other females that do that. That's probably on the, the Breakfast Club radar, and obviously, because it's still that's radio. Maybe they have interest in some females that have their like own pod, that doing their own thing pod wise, and might want to bring them to bring them to the fold. But I'm pretty sure there's a nice pool of people they can look into to get to replace her eventually. She was leaving, but I don't think she's officially left yet. I don't know if they announced when her last show will be.
Yeah.
Because I was just on YouTube and I thought, what I'm trying to say, because 50 just had an interview on Friday at the Breakfast Club. I didn't see Angela Yee there. So I was like, oh damn, that was like a sudden move. And then like this morning I was on YouTube and the rumor report where Angela Yee popped up and she was there. So I was like, oh, I guess she didn't leave yet. I guess they didn't plan her final. Well, obviously they didn't announce her final show yet to the rest of us. I'm pretty sure they know when her final show is. But that shit confused me because I seen that she was there that Friday. I'm like, oh damn, she left like that, like suddenly, like oh that was it, it's over, on to the next, and then today she was doing the rumor report. So I guess she's leaving, but she hasn't officially left yet. How long do you think? How much time do you think until it's officially like? Oh, obviously she's leaving, but how long do you think it is to her last show?
I give for about a week. Only because she, like I said, she does do her pod, she does do everything else. So like I guess she's gonna start getting ready for like her new adventure or shit. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Angela Lee. I think she sometimes could be just like very, 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 very mediocre. But again, I think she could deal with Charlamagne the God, and I think she could deal with DJ Envy, and so that's why they kept her there. But I'm excited to see I'm excited to see who they put there, and I hope it's a female. And I just hope it's a female who's combative. You know what I'm saying? Like she could combat Charlamagne and DJ Envy, and,
so she's gonna be on
and whoever they interviewing, she can like combat them. Cause
yeah, so she'll be on there for the next month.
Oh, that sucks.
So after this month, so I guess some of her final show will probably be sometime in September.
But sometimes they sign contracts, so until they contract.
Yeah, as I'm saying, contracts probably that's 4 years, so sometime in September. But yeah, I thought when I seen the 50 Breakfast Club interview, I thought she was gone already. I was like, damn, that shit was fast. She didn't do like, I thought they would do like some type of special final show for her because she wasn't there, but I guess she'll be there for another month and we'll see.
I guess.
So you still think they should change the name of the show? I know you were saying that last week, but
right, because that's when I thought there was all three of them. And if it was all three, I mean, if it was two or whatever,
if it was a majority,
yeah, I would have changed it.
But it's only one of the three is leaving.
Listen, I'm not a real big fan of DJ Envy anyway, so I really don't watch Breakfast Club. But I'm excited for Angela Lee. I mean, the point of doing your career is so that you can move up on life and start new shit, and so I'm happy for her. But again, I just hope they replace another female.
It should be interesting. It should be interesting, but because I bet we all just want to see who would replace them.
Yeah, I really do want to see what they're gonna replace them.
Hopefully, it all works out chemistry wise, but I don't expect it to be smooth sailing off the jump. I feel like it's gonna take some time, but it should be interesting. Though. Breakfast Club entering a new phase era. What if they don't even plan on replacing them? They just go DJ Envy and Charlamagne.
Then nobody's gonna watch that shit for real. They need some type of balance.
will, be able to Charlamagne for the rest of it.
They need some type of balance, Johnny. They need some type of balance. I just can't see them just doing this. The show was just dumb.
Okay, we'll transition into something, more about what's going on today. And, since the whole pandemic, everyone's fears and stuff has been heightened. But, we got the whole monkeypox thing going on. But
Oh yeah, I'm more scared of monkeypox than I was of COVID. I'm not even lying. I'm more scared of monkeypox than I was of COVID.
Monkeypox seems to be painful and it just looks disgusting, but it doesn't have the same death rate.
All right, but Johnny, it blisters like herpes.
That's the same. It looks bad.
No, it blisters her. You like.
No, I'm saying, but that's the same.
You got burnt. You ever got burnt? You got a blister? You ever got burnt from the stove?
I was cooking like I burnt myself. Like, oh fuck yes.
Right. That shit. When that shit turns into a blister, that shit. Imagine that all over your body, and it's highly contagious. So you got kids in the house.
No, but what I'm saying is obviously it looks bad and it feels bad. I'm just saying the death rate isn't as bad. The death rate is not like outrageous like how COVID numbers was when COVID first hit. But due to the whole COVID situation, everyone's since any little thing, any new thing that breaks out, it's gonna be everyone's like, oh shit, what the hell? Like, oh nah, hell no, what's going on? But unfortunately, they are looking to the people who are asking people should the name of monkeypox be changed due to a negative reaction to the name, and they might be changing the name of monkeypox to I don't know what.
Listen, let's just keep it what it is, and let's try to fucking get it the fuck out of here. Niggas just got back to going outside. Now I don't want to go outside. I'm just being honest. Devin was scared to go outside the other day. We went to 42nd and he just like had a whole motherfucking panic attack because people were rubbing against him. And he's like, yo, it's monkeypox. And I'm just like, yo, shut the hell up. And he's like, I don't want nobody rubbing against me. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
I feel like this is more scarier than.
Some people feel like the monkeypox name is derogatory, so that's stirred up conversation of changing the name.
But who is it? The target. But listen, the target of the name is not even a human being; it's a monkey.
Mm-hmm.
And so, okay, listen. Who gives a COVID-19 is a bad name too? We didn't change that shit.
Yeah, but I guess someone looked at COVID as shit. Remember, it wasn't COVID-19. Remember, it started off as the corona, and then it went to COVID. When I first heard of it was corona, and then it's COVID-19. But
listen, it doesn't matter what's the name of it. We just need to find a solution so that. I mean, there's already a monkeypox vaccination. I'm not getting it, but it's already a monkeypox vaccination.
Yeah, they do have a vaccination for it. They don't have as many. It's not as accessible as how the COVID vaccine was. You can go anywhere and get it, but they do have the monkeypox vaccine. It's just not. It's not. I won't say limited.
The name doesn't bother me.
Well,
the fucking shit bothers me more than the name. Like
the actual.
Johnny, just think about this, okay? I want you to think. You thinking? Think about this. You rub against somebody, right? You just happen to like rub. and now you got blisters growing on your arm.
This will be horrible.
Right. It's just like.
It's funny, Bree.
That shit scares me.
I went out Saturday, right? I went out Saturday. And the place I went to was fucking packed. Like shoulder to shoulder. Like you try to move through people, and you know what I'm trying to say? And then like a sweaty arm like made contact with my arm. I was like, oh! Oh shit! Like, and you can't even like do nothing because everything's like shoulder to shoulder and shit. But I just felt that like that it wasn't like a thing. It just like real quick, just a sweaty arm just made contact with me like, like oh shit. But I'm good though. But I don't fear the monkeypox as much as how you fear it. But
I fear the shit out of that. I've seen it.
No, I've seen the pictures of it, but I'm saying I don't know. I just feel like again, like with this one, it's not airborne. It's like contact. It's contact. So, but for most, for like on your daily basis, you're in control of what you make contact with. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you're in full control of it. So I feel like you're in full control.
Yeah, I don't know about that airborne shit with COVID because my husband had COVID and none
but
of
that's
us.
what they were basically saying. That's why we had to wear the mask. It was airborne. That's what
right.
they're saying. So
I get that, Johnny, but I'm trying to tell you, Devin had COVID and.
Listen, I was in crib with other people that had COVID, and you know what I'm trying to say.
You different. You never got tested. But we got tested.
I never tested positive for COVID.
You never tested negative either. So I'm just saying. I just saying.
I've in times that thing, but that's what I'm saying. Like you're in control of who you make contact with, man.
Yeah. That's not true though, because again, I always explain this to people. The highest contagious rate is when you're at day 0, which is no symptoms, no basically I don't know if you understand. Day 0 is when you have no symptoms, no showing of any kind of. So monkeypox again is not automatic. So if you rub against me and you don't even know you got it yet, you rub against me, or I could be on the train. People who go to work
but I think with that
every day on the trains, they can't avoid being in contact with.
No, I see what you're saying, but I think with that one, I don't think the day 0 thing. It's like it has to be like showing, like it has to be there, so the person would know it's there. Like you have to make contact with it being there. So it's like if it didn't start showing you make contact, I don't think that's how it works. I think
it's like herpes. Herpes,
you will have to. I think you will have to make contact with the actual, like the rash or the bumps.
Right, but Johnny, in order for you to get tested, you have to like show a bunch of. That's the only thing that scares me, right? So there's a bunch of people who could be walking around with blisters, and they're like, "Oh, it's not that; it's probably herpes or something like that." And you don't. A lot of people are not. You can't get tested. They denying people of tests because they don't have many tests.
That's right. The test is limited. Also, that's what I said.
Right. So you don't know. That's my whole thing. And people who do take trains and buses every day around peak hours, which is the rush hours, so between 6 in the morning to 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, you're in that rush hour time. And then when you're coming home from 5 to 7, you're in that rush hour time. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you. You can limit your exposure rate because if you work from home, but if you're taking trains and buses and you work in the medical field or you work this and this and that, you really can't limit your exposure. You're.
I recommend wear gloves and long sleeves and long pants, and you should be alright.
All right, that's winter time. The rate might go down because again, you're covered, right? Your arms are covered, your legs are covered. You're not really touching.
Majority of your skin is covered.
Right. So I mean, my doctor, because I take the Metro North, he'd be like, Sabrina, just wear a sweater while you're on the train, while you're on the bus, so that if anybody rubs against you, it's the sweater. It's not your skin.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, wear a sweater, like wear a long sleeve and wear some gloves. You're good.
I don't know. I'm still not.
You gotta wear like winter gloves. Wear like the latex gloves.
Listen, the name fix it. I feel like the name fits the shit. It's monkeypox. We call chicken pox, and there ain't no fucking chicken involved.
But I guess the word monkey has been used in a derogatory way. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the word monkey. People's been called monkeys. Well, people been called chicken soup because that was the way to call someone a punk. In older times, yeah, chicken shit, chicken. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
That was like another way to call.
They didn't change chicken pox from chicken pox to.
Right. But I guess that shit didn't have the same effect as the other ones. So.
That's stupid.
I totally forgot people used to call.
Just leave the fucking name alone and let's fucking resolve this. I'm done. I want to be outside.
Yeah, so it's like, fuck that. Just get it done and over with, and let's get to it.
Right.
Well, now we're going to talk about an incident with a customer and the Spirit Airlines worker. You seen the video? Sparked a little conversation. Who you thought was wrong? Do you think like it went too far, or?
So let me say this. I'm a boy's mom, right? So I have a son. And I hate even when I was younger, I hated the connotation of you're a girl, so a man can't hit you, but you can hit him. I hated that connotation. I hated that shit. I hated it. I feel like doesn't matter if you're a boy, girl, whatever. If you hit me, you could get your ass beat, right? That's how I felt. And I used to see a lot of boys in my school. If they got hit, they wouldn't want to hit the girl because that connotation of, oh, she's a girl, you can't hit her, but she can hit you. Hated that shit. With that being said, I think he was wrong. He could have let her walk away, call security, and then let the security deal with it. I don't think he needed to keep following her and be in her face. At the same time, I think once people saw that he was getting a little like volatile with her, they want to jump in instead of been jumping in and separating them two. You know what I'm saying?
The fact that someone could have jumped in and diffused it before it went to where it went. Like,
right. And then I didn't like that when they were hosing him. That's when she decided to hit him. Do you get what I'm saying? And I don't agree with that. I think that was her moment to walk away as a woman and then have a complaint about him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't think that was her opportunity to then slap him. Because he didn't put his hands on her. He was just in her face. And I get that. That's still wrong. But you actually slapped the shit out of him. So the way he reacted after she slapped him, I agree with. Because I'm going to get a lot of for that. But I agree with him because you put your hands on me. And I think it doesn't matter if you're a woman. And then the guy stepping up to him afterwards and saying, oh, we're not going to let you fight a woman. Yeah, but y'all wasn't stopping her when she hit him. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't want this man fighting a woman, then you should teach the woman not to put their hands on a man. You understand what I'm saying? Because I teach myself all the time. Don't hit a woman, but hit a bitch.
But yeah, so basically it was both in the wrong, it was a situation, obviously, and since it was linked to Spirit, all the funny stories, negative stories people got.
You know what Spirit reminds me of, Johnny? You remember the movie Soul Plane?
Yes.
When I think of Spirit, I think of Soul Plane. Like, I don't know why, but I did think of Soul Plane.
That's hilarious, but there's always like a funny or negative story that has to deal with Spirit Airlines, and you can add that to the list. But they was both definitely wrong. I don't know what was said. You caught some of what was said, but he could have clearly let her walk away.
No, he could have.
He could have stood at a distance and just talked his shit and let her just casually walk away, and he could have walked a different way, but he was all up on her, and then started to go left. He hit him, and then obviously you're seeing his response after she hit him. But both were in the wrong. Situation could have been handled so much better than that.
Again, I just feel like don't think because somebody's holding him back. That's your opportunity to put your hands on someone. I can't stand that shit. I just listen. I just feel like females, we need a whole reset button on hitting men because there's so many videos of us putting our hands on men and then expecting them to walk away. Like you done fucking hit him, whether you a woman or not. You don't put your hands on someone. And that's why, like I said, I tell Dorian all the time, don't hit a girl, but you can hit a bitch. And I'll tell you what's the difference. A girl would never put her hands on a man. Like I would never put my hands on a man knowing that you are stronger than me, and it's just not right, right? It's just not, I wouldn't want you to put your hands on me. I'm not gonna put my hands on you, right? But a bitch would think she can fight a man and then get upset when the man beat her ass. Like it's to me, it makes sense, right? Think about it, Johnny. Think about it. A girl would know, a lady would know. Okay, there's no way in hell I'm gonna beat his ass. There's no way. I'm not gonna even try. I'd rather walk away from the situation than put my hands on him, right? A bitch would think, I don't care. I'm gonna fight you head on and then get her ass beat because no matter what you say, a man will always be stronger than a woman. Always. It's just common sense. It's just common sense. This is not a J-Lo movie. This is not enough. You are not going to beat his ass. Like I just being honest. I'm just being, listen, I get it. Even if the man is, non-binary gay, you still won't beat his ass. Like, because they saying that he's gay. The guy that's in the video, they saying that he's.
That's what they're reporting.
Yeah, that he's gay. So.
Guess what? That's supposed to diffuse it. Oh, she fought a gay man, so it's not as bad. I'm just asking. I don't know.
No, it's supposed to be that she thought maybe that she could, battle it out with him and realize.
Okay. Yeah. Nah, I was just asking because I was like, I feel like it wasn't necessary to report his, sexuality.
I don't think so either, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying, but it's being reported, so it's like for whatever reason they want to add that to the story. I just felt like it shouldn't be added, it has no purpose here. I want to say trying to use it to spin something. Trying to say like they trying to add that just to spin whatever they're trying to spin off that situation.
Right.
Whatever it may be, because I just felt like just adding that is just irrelevant. It had nothing to do with the situation. But they were both in the wrong. That situation should have been handled better,
I think she should be banned from flying and he should be fired from Spirit. Or fired from the airline. Because I just think that, again, he could have walked away. It wasn't that serious.
If he gets fired, he's gonna end up having to get a job where he don't gotta deal with customers, because that's gonna be any job that he tries to apply for, deal with customers and whatnot, they're gonna see that. So it's like whatever's in the resume, they don't care. You're always gonna be known as that. That's always
right.
It's gonna follow you. So if he does get fired, he's gonna have to find another place where he won't have to deal with customers. Because I don't think any place that deal with a set amount of customers, a heavy amount of customers, is gonna want to hire.
Right. I don't think so either.
Both situations are in the wrong. Both people's in the wrong. But now we're going to transition to TV. So ABC is going to do a 25 for the 25th anniversary. They're going to host a special for Cinderella. The brandy version of Cinderella.
I love that brand. I love that Cinderella. So, I grew up on that Cinderella. I always wonder how Whoopi Goldberg and the white man had an Asian baby. It always baffled me as a child, but I mean, I love that. You didn't tell me when you watched the shit, you didn't think that, you didn't think that?
I don't know, okay. I would say as I got older and got more understanding of life, and I look back at certain shit, it's like they really thought they could get away with this. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, when you're a kid, you just following the story. So, in the sense of the story, just make like it doesn't make sense. You're not thinking like, you know, 1 and 1 does not equal 2 in the situation. Like, what's no? But as you get older, you look back at it, it's like, oh, okay, I might have not. I don't see how they thought that could work now, or not now, but then, now, ever. Like, how did they make that work or make it believable?
I was 7 years old. I understood that the black woman and the white man can't make an Asian baby. At 7 years old, I understood. I'm telling you, I understood. Like, okay, that's weird. I didn't understand like the concept of like interracial marriage and shit like that, but I understood like Whoopi Goldberg and the white guy made an Asian baby. And I remember my sister just saying to me, "Shut the hell up, it's a movie." Like, I remember my sister just being like, "Shut the hell up and watch the movie." But it was stupid because it was like, but how those okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's
But it's one of my favorite movies. And I just hate that they doing this without Whitney Houston because
unfortunately, yeah.
it was an icon. That was like the best moment of the movie was when she was singing "Impossible." Like,
It's unfortunately, you know, damn, time flies. Past when 2012, so it's like, that's crazy. But yeah, so that being 25 years is also crazy. Like 25 years, jeez.
that was one of my favorite Cinderella movies. My other favorite Cinderella movie, which people don't know is Cinderella movie that pisses me off, is Ever After with Drew Barrymore. It's the original, like it's like a live Cinderella movie. It was like the original. It wasn't called Cinderella, but it was called Ever After, and it was like based on a Cinderella story. And that shit was my favorite. And then they came out with the Brandy version, and that shit, whoo! I was so happy when they put that on Disney Plus because I feel like they waited too long to put that. They had all that other bullshit Cinderella shit on there and didn't have the Brandy version. I felt like that was dumb being racist. It wasn't until like it was so many people posted on like Instagram, Twitter, like, yo, Disney put that Cinderella on fucking Disney Plus that they did it. And I didn't watch it.
I'm saying it was probably other things like other like rights. Even though it was an ABC special and Disney owned it.
No, it wasn't. It was a
What?
Disney. Wasn't it a Disney special?
No, it was ABC. ABC. Well, ABC is Disney. Disney owns ABC.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like
They just didn't want to put the shit on. But the day they put it on, Jonny, I made Devin and Dorian watch it. It's like, yeah, watching this. This is a classic. And even Dorian was like, why is that boy Asian? And his mom was like, don't ask any questions. Just watch the fucking movie. But I don't want to see, to be honest, I don't want to see a reunion of that shit. I don't want. Unless they're gonna explain why they thought they could put a black woman, a white man, and made an Asian baby, I don't want to see the fucking reunion. What are they gonna talk about?
just the impact that it had on the culture and.
Oh, come on.
You know.
No, what the impact on the culture would have been if it was a whole black cast. If it was a whole black cast, that kind of fucking impact would have been great. But because it was interracial and all that other shit, it's normal. Now I don't want to fucking see the reunion. Do you want to see the reunion for that? Is that something you was looking forward to?
Am I looking forward to a reunion? Not really. No.
I don't know if you really saw the movie.
Is that what?
I don't know if you really saw the movie.
No, I did watch the movie. It's just there's one of those things you watched and I haven't watched since. You know. 25 years is a long time.
Oh yeah, I watched it a few times.
No, I can't say I watched it a few times. It was a one and done.
Oh, okay. It's not your type of movie. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, I'm a girl. I like this Cinderella story. So
yeah. You know what I'm saying? More power to the people that enjoyed the movie, and you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's just movie that was a one and done for me is such a long time ago.
But I'm a Disney princess girl, right? So I'm not Disney. I don't like Cinderella, and I don't like Snow White.
Oh, you like?
But I do love Beauty and the Beast. Me and Dorian have watched that maybe like 30, 40 times.
See, you know what's crazy? That's a movie I watched a couple of times. Even though the last time I watched it was probably years ago, but that was the movie I watched.
Did you watch the one with what's her name? Emma Watson?
Did I watch that? The live action? I don't think I watched the live action one.
Oh man, if you got Disney Plus, you gotta watch it. Me and
Not
Dorian,
Disney Plus, but I don't think I watched the live action.
me and Dorian love that one. You gotta watch that. That shit is amazing. I love that one.
I only remember watching the cartoon one.
No, watch the live action one. I love it. We love it. We know all the songs. We be going there. Our Christmas tree this year is gonna be Beauty and the Beast. Every year we do a theme. Last year was Super Mario. This year is gonna be Beauty and the Beast.
I feel like all the Disney princesses all got a live action movie.
Little Mermaid is coming up, and that shit about to be lit. The Little Mermaid's the only one who don't have a live action one.
Well, she has one on the way, so technically, so it's on the way. It was really
I'm
fun.
excited. Oh, guess who's playing the maid? Who's playing Little Mermaid?
Yeah, no. Halle Bailey.
I'm excited. Little Mermaid is one of my Beauty and the Beast is my first one, but Little Mermaid is one of my second favorite.
Disney princesses.
Yes. And so to have a black girl doing it, see, Brandy opened the doors for that kind of stuff. You see?
Man, again,
so I'm excited.
Impact. There you go.
Impact, but I don't want to see a reunion because, bitch, we get it. You open the door for it. We happy.
It's like giving them their flowers while they.
No, but we do give Brandy her flowers.
No. I'm just saying.
But we don't want to see a fucking reunion of that shit.
It's just the cast members and everybody to get there. Like,
no, but not everybody should get their flowers for that shit because not everybody opened the door for shit. Brandy was
still a part of it. They were still a part of it, though. You know what I'm trying to say? They're still part of it. Still part of it.
Let's just give Brandy her flowers. I don't need to give. Whoopi got flowers for other stuff.
Oh, she's still a part of it, though. Whoopi's still a part of it.
Yeah, I don't know. She don't need no flowers. But Brandy get flowers for opening the door for young black women to become princesses. She gets her flowers. She gets her flowers for that every time.
When they do the special, she can get more flowers than they do.
Nah, I don't want to see that shit. That shit, watch it has low ratings. We're gonna come back to this and watch. I'm gonna bring the rating numbers because nobody's gonna watch that shit.
Might surprise you. Might shock you.
Listen, Johnny.
And they might put the special on Disney Plus.
Johnny, if I lose, right? You get to act. Listen, we play what if and I this or that, and I can't say I plead the fifth for anything. If I lose, you get to ask me all the questions and this or that. Okay?
Okay. When we do this or that in the future, I got you.
If I lose, but if the numbers are low and you lose, I get to ask you this or that questions. Deal?
Next time we do this or that.
Johnny's a deal. Now they get to ask you this or that questions last time.
Yeah, when we did it, I was gonna tell you to I was gonna say you ask me the same questions and I'll answer them.
Nope, I want to ask you different questions because I know what Johnny likes and what Johnny.
See, I kept it nice and medium nice.
No, I ain't gonna keep it nice. I'm gonna be like Irv Gotti.
That's what we want to talk about. We're going to transition to him. He calls first. He was on drinking, and he was talking his stuff. Obviously, clips came out, and wasn't everything in full context. But in the midst of that, you see, in the midst of that, Ashanti did a show. She joined Nelly while he was doing the show. Had Joe even chimed in. Felt like Irv Gotti was a little out of line. Ja Rule, he was there. even had to at one point like leave him out of this, then basically apologize for how it all went down. That it should have been handled better, and
let's
it caused quite a stir with like his comments.
let's dive into that, Johnny, because so here's my thing. I think Irv Gotti has a right to speak on whatever he wants to speak on, right? I think he has a right to tell his story and tell his life experiences, and I'm okay with that. I really am. I think people are saying, oh, you shouldn't talk about it. It's an old relationship. It's 20 years ago, and all this stuff. But that's his truth, right? That's his life. This is his truth. And if he wants to talk about it, he could talk about it. What I think I disagree with is how he talked about it. And I'm not a big fan of Irv Gotti because I don't know if you remember, he had a show on VH1 a long time ago with his family. Do you remember that? Did you ever watch that?
Mm-mm.
Where he had a show with his wife, with his ex-wife and his kids, and how he talked to her was like fucking degrading. Like it was bad. And that it only had one season because it was bad. The way he used to talk to those kids, like he used to tell them to fucking man up, stop crying, like shit like that. Like because they missed him being home. He's very the way he's talked is always like ugh to me, right? So when he did the drink champs, it wasn't what he was saying too much. It was just how he was saying it. Like he was calling her bitch and all this other stuff. And it was just so degrading. It was just like, dude, you could have told this story better. But because the way you talk and how you say things is so degrading, I didn't like it. But I think he has a right to speak his story. I think
because at the end of the day, this is story like but I think it's the fact of how he was talking about, like how he addressed it. If he would have if he would have never called out her name, but like you said, he always talked like that. So as he was telling his truth, he stayed true to who he was and spoke how he usually speaks. So that's how he told the story. That's like you said, he was doing that on the show. So, but yeah, again, it is a story to tell. So I'm pretty sure he has other Murder Inc. stories or whatnot to tell. They got the documentary going on. I think it's airing on BET.
right.
Basically, he's doing like a little, a run, like press run to help, like promote the documentary. I'm pretty sure people will be interested because Murder Inc. in itself has an interesting story, even though you may not be fans of them. Not that whole thing with Murder Inc.
I'm not a fan of Murder Inc.
Now, I'm not saying that, I'm speaking in general, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like, obviously, people our age remember Murder Inc. People our age remember Murder Inc.
I'm not. Listen. It's not that I'm a fan or not a fan. I personally wouldn't watch it because it's just like I feel like if you can't get everybody to be in the doc, like Ashanti and Lloyd and people who played a part, I just don't. Ja wasn't the only Murder Inc. Yes, he was the main Murder Inc. person. Like he was Murder Inc. But I'm just saying,
he was like in sports, the franchise player, like like the
right.
franchise.
There was other players who played a part.
Oh yeah, but Ja Rule was the Murder Inc. superstar. He was there, the guy. He was their superstar.
I don't know, Johnny. I get it. People saying like he's not over it. It seems like he's not over Ashanti, and I get that because it does seem like he's not over that bitch. Like it seems like he wants to be with her. Like if Ashanti came up to him right now, I feel like and told Irv, yo, let's work this out. I think Irv would do it. I think Irv would be like, yo, let's give this another round. But at the same time, do I really feel bad for Irv? No, because he was married and he was cheating on his wife with Ashanti. So
no, but he also stated that like he wasn't with his wife at that time.
That's not the story she tells, John. That's not the story. That's not the story.
But that's everyone got their no. I'm saying he has his side of the story, she has her side of the story, and then there's the truth. So it's like
right. I just don't see why she would say that she was still with him and they were married.
Because I think also in an interview at one point
they just recently got divorced.
But I'm saying but the way he said it, they was like separated, like It was separated.
I don't know if you ever watched Love and Hip Hop. He was on Love and Hip Hop New York, Irv Gotti. And there was an episode where they were talking, him and his ex-wife, and he clearly admitted to being with Ashanti while he was with her. And then he got arrested, and then I think Ashanti like dipped, and
no. That's when Murder Inc. What you call it? Murder Inc. Was the FBI basically raided them and
right,
put them under investigation.
and so I think she had dipped, and the wife has basically said like, "Yo," and I had to step in and be there for him, even though he was cheating on me with Ashanti. And so that episode aired, and it like backfired because then Ashanti put a cease and desist on them, so on his wife, so she wasn't allowed to speak on it no more. I just listen.
That predates the current June chapter to do that Curls paused all of this. This episode predates it.
Right. So I think his wife is not allowed to talk about Ashanti, but that was when that came out. That was like 4 years ago. And that episode,
I was just asking if that episode predated the current interview.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was like 4 years ago that came out on Love and Hip Hop. I mean, Growing Up Hip Hop New York.
Okay. So yeah,
because Ja Rule was on there too, and Gotti's kids, Ja Rule's kids. It was like basically New York kids, like the New York Rev Run's kids was on there. Like it was like a New York version of Growing Up Hip Hop.
Okay, I know they got a couple of those.
Little Mama was on there.
Yeah, so but yeah, he's telling his story obviously. What also like obviously he was doing an interview. You think people would be as outraged of him saying what he said if he spoke like that during the documentary versus him speaking like that during the interview?
The thing is, so here's the thing. Watching the interview, he started off by talking to Ashanti and nobody asking him about Ashanti. I think the reason why they said leave that up for the documentary is because the documentary, they're asking you about certain things, right? So they asking you like during that time and
the way you're asking, but you're more like telling the story. So it's like you're narrating. There you go. You're narrating.
Right. So, but again, nobody asked him. He's the one who came out and said, "Let's start with the elephant in the room." And he was talking about Ashanti's masters. And I think at that point he should have left it there. Why he hasn't given back her masters? Because now it looks like he didn't give her back her masters because he has some Saudi type feeling for her. Okay. It don't look like that to you. Like I gave back Ja his masters because me and him are cool. If me and Ashanti would have been cool, I would have gave her back her masters. And the fact that he brought up she made happy after having sex with him, it was just like, have a seat, Irv. Like, so she came up with the whole song happy because you fucked her. Like, it just seemed a little too much. It didn't seem like a lot to you. Well, that's just Irv,
but that's what I'm saying. Like you said, you watched his show. You said that's how he was talking on his show. So he's telling the story true to how he is.
You never watched that show?
I never watched that show. I don't think I ever heard of that show. I really didn't. I'm not really someone that's into like all those like hip hop shows like growing up.
Well, that was years. I mean, like I'll say I was in high school. Well, yeah, I was in high school when that shit came out.
Oh, it's crazy.
Hold on.
And I probably heard of it. I definitely probably heard of it. I just don't remember. High school, yeah, that's another 10 plus years on a thing. So yeah, I just don't probably remember. I know I don't think I've watched the show, but I just don't remember it being around or being existing. Like you said, you watched the show and basically how he was on the show was how
it was 2007. It was Gotti's Way. That's what it was called.
I feel like I heard that name before, but damn, that was 15 years ago. Jeez.
Yeah, it was 2007. I was in high school. Yeah.
I was in high school as well.
Yeah. So I'm surprised you never heard of the show. It was like it only did one season because it was so fucking demeaning. Like the way he would talk to his wife.
I was a sophomore in high school when that show was out.
Right.
Ooh, that.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good show because it was funny. But if you go back and watch it, like he was demeaning to his wife too at that time. She also talks about cheating. She just doesn't talk about Ashanti at that time. But she talks about him cheating constantly and how he was in a full relationship. But at that time, she didn't say it was Ashanti.
Oh.
So again, it comes back to it's their story. It's Irv Gotti's story, but I just don't agree with how he talked about it.
It's just that you're basically saying it's his story. He has the right to tell it. He should just came up with a better delivery. Should have delivered it better. Right. No, that situation is probably going to continue on for the years to come because I'm pretty sure they're going to have the whole situation with the masters, and then Ashanti's redoing her first album, which is going to change up a couple of records on the first album.
Right.
So that's something we'll pay attention to and cover more as it goes on. But speaking of shows, one of my shows I watched had its season finale this weekend, while one of the other shows I watched came back and had its season premiere. I'm gonna start with the season premiere. Raising Kanan, season 2, episode 1, aired. We really gotta get into the Power Universe.
Johnny, we talk about this every fucking episode. I'm not getting into that shit, okay? Listen to me, Johnny. Listen to me. I'm not giving in. Fuck that Power Universe shit. I'm not giving in, okay? P-Valley, I actually don't tell me the fucking season finale because I finally 90 Day just finished. And so now I'm gonna start watching P-Valley.
Okay. I'm not getting that to it, but
don't say shit.
I'm not gonna get in that to it, but I'm not gonna lie, that season finale was crazy. A lot of
Johnny,
I'm not gonna reveal too much. I'm saying once you start watching the show and you get to this season finale, like when you get to it, you're gonna be like, this is a lot going on. That show is
Johnny, don't say too much, Johnny. I'll curse your ass out in the show.
It is definitely an interesting show.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Listen, I was waiting for 90 Day Fiancé. I have 2 shows I have to catch up on. I have to catch up on The Shy and P-Valley. Okay.
I gotta catch up on The Shy too. I'm far behind on The Shy.
Yeah, we like really back behind. We usually not this far, but yeah, I was waiting for 90 days to finish because 90 days our shit. You know what I'm saying? 90 days is my shit. But now that that's done, I can now start to watch The Shy and P-Valley because my attention span ain't that great.
Make sure you watch P-Valley with Dubs.
I think he's already started watching it without me, so.
Oh, so he's already watching it?
He is. Huh?
He's already watching it?
I think so. I'm not sure what he's watching right now because he's been working. So I'm hoping he didn't start watching it without me, but if he did, great husband, right?
No, that show was crazy, but it had season 2 finale just took place.
I know, but I like watching like that anyway because I'm a binge watcher, so I'll watch all the episodes. But I'm not getting into the Power Universe. They can kiss my ass. I don't like 50 Cent. I think all his shows are the same. I think they all have the same plot. Like I could watch the first episode of any of his shows and know how it's gonna fucking end.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we're not gonna argue about that because you are upper 50 butt type 2. So
what
between him and Kanye, I don't know which butt you further up.
That's crazy.
I don't know if you more up Kanye's butt or up 50's butt. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure.
Nobody's butt, but
okay, if you say so, buddy.
Dev loves power, so.
And every time he watches it, I make fun of his dumb ass because it's like, ain't you know how this show's gonna end? Like, it's nothing stupid.
It be having this twist here and there.
Whatever.
It does. But like I said, Dev enjoys watching it, so that should tell you something. That
doesn't tell me shit. That doesn't tell me shit. There's a lot of shows he watched that I will not watch. I don't watch Snowfall. I don't watch. There's a one on Netflix, Ozark.
Oh, Ozark.
I don't watch that shit. There's a lot of other shows.
Ozark.
No, it's not. There's a lot of shit he watches that I just don't watch, guys. I am not the type to watch like drugs.
Basically, that's like like crime drama.
Right. But I do love crime shit. I do love like 48 Hours and ID
the real crime shows.
Right.
You can watch.
Shit that 50 Cent makes up, I'm good.
Yeah, so you can watch like shit like Snapped and shit like that.
Right. But shit like that really not happening, that 50 just makes up in his mind, that makes sense to him. Yeah, I ain't watching that shit.
No, I've watched a couple episodes of Snapped. I watched a couple of episodes of another one called Fatal Attraction.
Oh yeah, I love Fatal Attraction.
Then there's one What I'll Do for My Man, and
that would be like, why are you watching this? I'd be like, this shit is good. This shit is really good.
It's real life shit it's just reenactments of something that really happened. So at the end they'll show you the person who went to jail, show them their mugshot, their real names. But it's like all that shit. All that crime should be mad interesting though. Watch it. All those shit. So there's another one too. Oh, another one's like I think it was called See No Evil. I think the other one was called.
Oh yes. Or living with evil, where they like you live with that person or
yes, there's that one too.
Fucking killing you. Love it. Just love it.
It's crazy. Like there's so many different shows and there's so many stories for each of those shows got a different story.
I'll watch that before I watch fucking Power.
The world, as human beings, we gotta do better because that shows like that shouldn't exist. We gotta do better.
But shows like Power should exist.
Is realistic fiction.
Okay.
The other shit is actually real. That's what I mean. Like, it's actually real. People's actually like real people dying, being killed by their spouses or someone that they was in love with, or somebody who's dealing with ends up standing up to get killed. Shit is crazy. That's what I said. We as human beings gotta do better. There's too many of those type of shows. How many we named? Between me and you, I think we named like 7 shows. Yes, we named like 7.
You don't think that 50 Cent got the idea of his Tyreek killing his father from a show? Come on, Johnny.
Obviously, there's obviously some influences of real shit that goes into the show, but what I'm saying, the show's still fake. It's fake. While those crime shows, you're watching them break down and talk about someone who actually gets murdered. That's what I mean. That's all it boils down to.
Yeah, I'm not watching that. I watch Peace Johnny.
Nah, this is what it is. You're not watching. I was just speaking freely on just all the crime shows that we all like. We both.
No, I'm just saying. I'll definitely watch P Valley. I just can't get into that Power universe. It sucks.
P Valley is interesting and it gets crazy. It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. I'm not gonna say a little crazy. That show is crazy. That show is crazy. But when you and Dev watch that, I get to certain points and watch it, then we can have a conversation. And I could be like, yo, y'all seen that shit?
Yes.
Seen that shit.
Give me a week, because I've been watching that shit. I'm off this week.
Trust me, when y'all see like some of this shit, I'm like, wow, okay, I see what kind of what John's alluded to. Y'all gonna see some shit on that show. Well, there's some funny shit happening on that show too, but when I get into it, I get into it. But that so we're gonna transition to one of our talk about social distancing no more. So even in the midst of monkeypox, they're telling everyone the social distancing is no more. We don't got social distance no more. We can get back to how it was pre-COVID. Thoughts on that, or you think that social distancing?
Okay, keep your 6 feet away from me, bitch. We still got monkeypox. Don't fucking come next to me.
But
Still keep your fucking 6. Listen, in the supermarket, if I could turn around and touch your ass, you too fucking close. Back your ass up. This is still 6 feet. Man, COVID time was the best time. I went to the supermarket and there was nobody behind me. You know, the amount of space we had was amazing. They were only letting like 5 people in at the time, so you had the whole fucking supermarket to yourself. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that type of energy back in my life. Like,
well,
let's be honest, okay? During COVID time, I used to go to the supermarket at 7 in the morning, right? Because I didn't want to stand in line. And it was like 2 people in that supermarket with me. 2 people every time. I used to love that shit. Because me and Devin used to go food shopping every week. Because I'm going to tell you why. Because we would home and we would eat, right? Don't judge us. And then, but it was like distancing. You couldn't be on top of me. I couldn't be on top of you.
They say social distancing.
Now all of a sudden everybody's on my back. Listen, it's still fucking 6 feet, bitch. Still back up. It's still 6 feet to me.
Well, eventually it was gonna make that call. It was gonna like go to how it used to be.
Fuck them, man. I just need 6 feet. Everybody give me 6 feet. I don't think they should have stopped that. That was actually a good idea. Actually, they should bring that shit back. 6 feet.
Well, the era of the pandemic seems to be right at the point where we're almost to say the pandemic is officially over. Almost there.
Jonny, the fact that you made it through this whole damn time without getting the vaccination pisses me off. It makes me want to punch you in your face.
Why?
You
I
cheated
catch
the
no COVID. I ain't give nobody no COVID.
You cheated the system.
I did not cheat the system at all.
Okay. Keep your 6 feet unvaccinated ass away from me.
I did not cheat the system at all.
Okay.
Nope. But, you know, we're getting there, man. We're getting there with pandemic. I think that's the next announcement we're waiting for when they officially announce the pandemic is over. But unfortunately, I know how this goes. Wait till it gets cold and watch them COVID numbers go through the roof. And we'll be back to social distancing thing.
Yay.
So, I don't know. I'd say the pandemic will be officially over in 2025.
You know what I need? I need for it to have once a year. I need where we have a month where we in COVID time, where we just.
Are we talking about like a month of quarantine?
Yes.
Once a year? Once a year for a month, you just got to quarantine. Everybody just got to quarantine for a month.
Because these motherfuckers are crazy. During COVID,
it will work, but we definitely would need that.
During COVID, we didn't have no shootings, no nothing.
It's just back to regularly scheduled programming. Everything that was being done before COVID, back to it. Right. No pause at all. But I jumped the gun when I said it earlier, had one last thing to touch on, but we're going to jump into one of our segments that we do on the ASO, and ASO viral moments of the week. And this week we have 3 moments. The first moment of ASO viral moment of the week, we go to a man who calls 911. for cold French fries. So situation cold French fries. Calls 911 with situation cold French fries. The police arrive. They're talking to him. He runs. They telling him, he kept asking, "Am I under arrest?" They said no. They need you to sign something, but he was trying to get too close to the cops. He backed up into a wall, and he was like, "Yo, why you acting like that? Why you acting scared?" He goes for a run, and long story short, he ends up getting arrested. And the twist in this story is this man was wanted for a murder, and he ended up calling 911 for some cold French fries at McDonald's. And what's the irony?
Cold French fries at McDonald's. Have you ever had McDonald's cold French fries? That shit should be a fucking crime.
but what I'm saying is, this is the irony, like that he called them, like he knew what his situation was, and he still called them. So he knew.
Right, but is the crime of having cold McDonald's French fries worth it? Yes.
But the first thing he said to them was, "Am I under arrest?" That's the first. You know how crazy that is. I called 911 for assistance, and the first thing I say, "Am I under arrest?" That's already a given sign, like a guilty sign.
Yes, I agree with you. But in my defense, if I had cold French fries, I would call the cops too. let's just get that out the way. I will call the cops too, or I will fight somebody in McDonald's. But sometimes when I hear these kind of stories, John, I think he wanted to get caught. You know those moments where you just like, I'm tired of being on the run.
It's possible.
I'm tired of like.
I'm sure it's possible.
I'm tired of hiding. So you know what you do? You just, I give up. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. And you just call the cops. I think that's when he was like, "Am I under arrest?" Like, cause nigga, you called the cops for something stupid. Like he knew what he was doing, Johnny. I just feel like he understood. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, but it's just the irony of the video. And he ended up being tased, arrested, but it was just something, that went viral. But
I'm just saying, cold French fries is a crime. I'm just honest. You ever had cold McDonald's French fries? You can't even warm them up. So fucking nasty. Once they cold, they cold. You know what I'm talking about. You're gonna act like you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You can warm them up, but it's just
no, you can't warm them up. Nope, you can't
warm them up. It's not the same.
No, you can't.
No, you warm them up. It's not the same.
No, you cannot.
It is terrible. You get McDonald's French fries. You let McDonald's French fries get cold. It's terrible. Next viral moment would be Rick Ross crying hit. I just felt like that whole clip was funny because they took like a still shot of like the kid's face while he was getting his haircut, and he just looked like he didn't want to be there. He looked like he just wanted to be anywhere else but there getting his haircut. And I don't think that had to do with Ross, but
that had everything to do with Ross.
I just felt like that whole situation was funny. Because that still shot, like if you look in the back, like he had like a good amount of hair. It looked like he didn't want. It looked like someone that didn't want the hair to be cut
by Rick Ross.
No, I don't think it had nothing to do with it. It made it a little more funny that he got his hair cut by Rick Ross. It just made the whole situation hilarious. Yeah, but the still shot made it funny though.
What? Hear a Rick Ross song I'll say from last year or this year that you remember. He hasn't come out with nothing.
Has he come out something musically?
Yeah. No. I feel like Rick Ross is gimmick sometimes. It's why he was number 8 on my list. That's why I said Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion goes before Rick Ross.
But
I just don't think he's.
I'll say,
and then he cut hair. Now he's a barber. Wasn't he a CO?
Yeah, but that was
so now he's a barber. Was he a barber as he was a CO? Was he doing both jobs at the same time?
I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
Was he cutting the prisoner's hair? How does he know how to barber? And if that's the case, does he have a license for that shit?
I don't know.
Does he have a license to barber?
He's just someone that does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of things.
Right. Does he have a license to barber? I'm pretty sure you have to have a license to barber. So if that's the case, they should not just be letting him go around barbering people. I mean, cutting people's hair.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people.
Pretty sure you're supposed to have a license for that.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people cut people here that don't have a license.
Nah, you can get in trouble for that. I'm 100% sure.
You need a license to cut hair.
Yes, you get arrested if you don't have a license, Johnny.
Own a business, yeah.
No, Johnny, you've never been in the barber shop and they all have like their licenses posted on the wall. You get audited, they come in, they don't see your license. You're not allowed to do that.
No, but that's my point. Not everybody's in the barbershop cutting hair.
Johnny, OMG, in order to do hair, period. If you do hair at your house, you need to have a license. Like, you just can't go around doing shit. That's not how it works. Like, nail techs, you could get in trouble for that. You just can't go around doing nails without a nail license, without a cosmetologist license.
Woo, like, listen, like.
So he's going around cutting people's hair without a license. That's not. I'll be mad too. Who allowed him to do that shit? It doesn't say where or when they allow him to do that shit.
Yeah, but my thing is, you're not. Who's like, unless you fuck up someone's hair really bad, who's gonna be like, yo, you want to get your hair done by a person that don't have a license and they don't know how to do hair? You made that choice. You went there.
It's not about that, Johnny. It's not about that. That's what I'm saying. That little boy don't look like he went there volunteering. You didn't see his face that whole video. He looking mad as fuck.
Yeah, I think he didn't want his hair cut.
Yeah, by Rick Ross.
Nah, it's not about Rick Ross.
Yeah, man, don't defend Rick Ross. That shit is crazy.
I think he really didn't want his hair cut.
Nah, he didn't want his hair cut by Rick Ross.
We'll just, on that topic, we'll agree to...
No, we ain't gonna agree to disagree. He don't have a license to be barbering. And
I can't say that. I don't know.
Why people saying on fucking screen and shit? Like, who the fuck are you?
I don't know if he has a license or not.
He ain't got no fucking license in barbering.
We do not know.
All right. He ain't got no license. So.
But we're gonna go to our last viral moment, and it started off from one thing, and Megan Thee Stallion responded. So basically, The Rock is starring in a movie about DC pets, like DC superhero pets.
That shit was stupid. Okay, go ahead.
But basically, and then him and Kevin Hart being interviewed, they was promoting the movie, and they asked both of them if they could be someone's pet, whose pet would they be? Kevin Hart said Denzel, but his answer is not what went viral. The answer that went viral was The Rock's answer, because his answer was if he could be anyone's pet, it would be Meg Thee Stallion's pet. The interviewer followed up why, and his response to that follow-up question was, "We don't need to talk about that. That's who he wants to be a pet to. It doesn't have to be explained why he wants to be her pet." And then Meg was doing an interview, and she got wind of what he said, like she heard it, and basically said she grew up. She watched wrestling. She grew up. Then she had no problem with it. She enjoyed the comment.
I don't think as The Rock, you would want to be somebody else's pet, like somebody bigger, like Wonder Woman or.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it was asking like
Right, but I wouldn't want to be Megan's fucking pet. So if I had to be anybody's pet,
we know whose pet you want to be.
No, and it's not even her. I don't think she would like take care of her pet. You know, no, on this side, you know who's that I would want to be Rihanna. I feel like Rihanna is like a gentle soul. Like she would be like so caring. Like if I was her dog, I'd probably like be draped in Fenty and shit. Like I would be like, yo, think about it, right? I'll probably be like pet all day and shit. She looks like the type to be like just sitting on her couch, just like Beyonce's too busy for that shit, right? I just don't think she'd be a good pet.
Rihanna's not busy? Well, currently she's probably a little busy, but she she just had the baby, so
yeah. But even with that, even even with the baby, I think she's not that busy. Like, but I would want to be Rihanna's pet.
She has to be super busy. She's a freaking billionaire. Off the whole Fenty thing, she has to be super busy.
She's not. They just sent her pictures of the Fenty shit. And she'd be like, no, yes, no, yes. You really think Jonny, she ain't busy.
We're just gonna agree to disagree. She's definitely a very busy person.
I don't think
we'll agree to disagree, but okay.
I don't think she is. But if I would think he would say somebody like her or somebody like I don't know. Megan Thee Stallion. I just don't see her being a good pet owner. And Denzel is stupid too. That's a stupid answer. I don't see Denzel cuddling up with a pet. I don't know. If you was a pet, you want to cuddle with the person. Both of their answers were stupid. And the fact that Megan's like, oh, I grew up watching him. Bitch, what does that got to do with you having a pet? And him being your pet? Like, that's stupid. If I could be anybody's motherfucking pet, it would be Rihanna's or Kylie Jenner's. Because I've seen her in the show. I've seen how she treats her fucking pet on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. These motherfuckers got a house inside her house.
Yeah.
Think about that shit though. As a dog, I got a house inside a house.
But for that dog, yes, that dog has a good life.
Right. If I'm gonna be somebody's pet, it's either Rihanna's or Kylie Jenner. I swear to God.
But that shit is hilarious.
You want to be Megan's pet? Would you want to be Megan's pet?
I don't even know how to answer the question. I don't know if I want to be anybody's pet. What about be a pet cat, pet dog? What?
I don't know what type of pet you want to be. I know what type of pet I would want to be.
What's that? Would be someone's parrot? Like what kind of pet am I gonna be?
I don't know, Jonny. I don't know what type of pet you want to be. I know what type of pet I want to be.
That's the thing. Like, let's break it down.
If I was a pet, I would be a bulldog. You know, a little bulldog with the face. But that's just me. That's who I would be. Okay, with gray eyes. I'd be a gray-eyed bulldog. But see, that's just me. That's who I would be, and those would be my two owner choices. If I had to choose two owners, it would be either Rihanna or Kylie Jenner. That's just me. I wouldn't put Megan. That's stupid. I don't know what type of pet you'd be, Jonny. Maybe you'll be a cat. I don't fucking know. I don't know what type. I don't know what type of animal you connect to on a regular. Maybe you connected to a cat. If you was gonna be a cat, whose pet would you be?
Whose cat? Shit, I don't know.
You suck.
To really think whose cat, if I was to be someone's cat, whose cat would I be?
50 Cent?
No, I'm not being. I don't even think he's a cat person.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming, but I don't even think he's like. I don't even know if he's a pet person, but I'm assuming he's not a cat person. He probably had a dog before, but I don't see him owning a cat. Even though a cat, you don't really gotta, all you gotta do is feed it and change the cat's litter box. The litter box cat roams free.
That's why I think you're a cat, Jonny, because you don't really want to be bothered. You like a cat. I would want to be a dog because I don't want to be pet. Makes sense. His answer was stupid, and then Megan responding to it was stupid. I just.
Of course, he's gonna respond to it. No, Big The Rock is, but he's like top tier celebrity.
Right, and she ain't up there with him, so it doesn't make sense for him to pick somebody lower than him to fucking have him as a pet.
You mean it made no sense for him to pick someone lower than him in celebrity status?
Right, that's what I'm saying. It didn't make sense for him to pick.
We know why he said her. It ain't had nothing to do with celebrity status.
Okay.
It ain't had nothing to do with celebrity status.
There's people who stick her and more than her, but okay. I mean, sweet nice.
The pet also has a view of things. The pet sees what we see.
No.
So
I wouldn't want to see Rihanna or Kylie Jenner naked, just to let you know.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying to you.
The pets see what they see.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And, and someone obviously wants to be a pet to enjoy the view. That's all.
Oh.
That is all.
Sneeze. Oh. I'm done.
Yeah, with that being said, that's a wrap on this brand new episode of Another Shit Opinion Podcast. Your boy John, my co-host Bree, and we are out.